Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a shocking and critical moment that has sent waves of panic through Moscow and shaken the foundations of Russian confidence in occupied Crimea. The headlines are roaring with reports that Putin is in a state of deep panic as powerful Storm Shadow missiles, supplied to Ukraine by Western allies, have struck vital Russian positions in Crimea. This strike has left Crimea burning like hell, and it is no exaggeration to say that this single event has reshaped the war's balance, forcing the Kremlin to face questions it never wanted to answer. What we will do here is review this dramatic episode as if we were examining a product in detail, from its exterior, interior, performance, safety features, unique selling points, its true cost, and then bring it together with a conclusion that explains why this moment is so decisive. On the exterior level, Crimea has always been presented by Russia as a fortress, heavily guarded, reinforced with multiple air defense systems, naval assets, and layered protection meant to project the image of strength and invulnerability. From the outside, Moscow wanted the world to believe that this territory was untouchable, a jewel annexed in 2014 and fully secured under Russian control. But the reality revealed by these strikes shows a completely different picture. The exterior defenses, such as the S-400 systems, Panzer units, and naval radar stations, were supposed to be impenetrable. Yet, Storm Shadow missiles, launched with precision and guided technology, have cut through those defenses, striking ammunition depots, supply centers, and even command posts. The smoke and flames rising from these sites are a testament to how fragile the exterior actually is once tested by modern Western weaponry. Instead of looking like a fortress, Crimea now resembles a burning battlefield, exposing the weaknesses that Russia never wanted the world to see. Looking inside, the interior situation in Crimea is equally troubling for the Kremlin. Beneath the surface, Crimea has become a logistical hub for Russia's war effort, with military stockpiles, rail connections, and command structures deeply rooted in its cities and countryside. Inside, it was meant to be the heart of Russian operations in southern Ukraine, a safe zone for planning and resupplying. But now the interior is shaken to its core. Reports of command centers being hit, ammunition depots going up in flames, and the fear spreading among local collaborators paint a grim interior landscape. Soldiers stationed there are experiencing shock and confusion, while civilians loyal to Russia are rushing to leave. The interior is short and simple. It is no longer safe, no longer secure, and no longer reliable for Russia's goals. When we analyze the performance, the Storm Shadow strikes stand out as a demonstration of efficiency, accuracy, and impact. These missiles have a range of over 250 kilometers, and they fly low to avoid radar detection, making them one of the most advanced and effective weapons supplied to Ukraine. In performance terms, they are proving to be a game changer. Russia's defenses, despite being advertised as world-class, have failed to intercept them consistently. The results are clear: destroyed infrastructure, shattered morale among Russian troops, and panic spreading all the way to Moscow. The performance of Ukraine's strategy here is also noteworthy. By carefully selecting high-value targets in Crimea, Ukraine has maximized the effect of limited missile supplies. Every strike sends a strategic message, reminding Russia that even its most prized and fortified territories are within reach. Safety features are often overlooked in warfare, but they play a crucial role in how weapons are designed and used. Storm Shadow is not just about raw destruction, it is about precision. Unlike older Soviet-era weapons that cause widespread collateral damage, Storm Shadow is designed with modern safety features to minimize unintended harm. It uses advanced navigation systems to lock onto military targets with incredible accuracy. This means that Ukraine can strike military depots, command centers, and strategic infrastructure without causing as much destruction to civilian areas nearby. In essence, its safety feature is its precision, and that makes it not only militarily effective but also politically powerful, as Ukraine can continue to argue that its strikes are focused on liberating its territory and weakening Russia's war machine, not harming innocent lives. The unique selling points of this situation lie in the symbolism and the message it sends. For Russia, Crimea was supposed to be untouchable, a red line, and the crown jewel of its territorial ambitions. By striking it successfully, Ukraine has shattered that illusion. The unique selling point of Storm Shadow missiles in this war is that they have given Ukraine the ability to bypass Russian propaganda and prove to the world that Moscow's defenses are not only vulnerable but inadequate. It also signals to Russian citizens that their leaders cannot guarantee safety even in what they claim is permanently annexed territory. Furthermore, this event is selling a powerful story to Western audiences. Their support is working, their weapons are making a difference, and Ukraine is capable of pushing back one of the largest militaries in the world. When we talk about the price, the calculation becomes very complex. On one level, the literal price is massive for Russia. The destruction of ammunition depots, aircraft, and command centers represents billions of dollars in losses. These are not just material losses but also strategic ones, because replacing advanced systems under Western sanctions is becoming increasingly difficult for Moscow. On another level, the price for Ukraine is also significant. Each Storm Shadow missile costs in the millions, and the supply is limited, meaning they cannot afford to waste them. Yet the psychological and strategic value of each strike far outweighs the financial cost. The heaviest price, however, is being paid in political capital for Putin himself. Every strike in Crimea erodes his narrative of control, challenges his image of strength, and fuels unrest at home. The panic reportedly spreading in Moscow's leadership circles is not just about military losses but about the price of losing credibility before the Russian people and the international community. In conclusion, the strikes in Crimea have set off alarms that reach far beyond the smoke and fire on the ground. On the exterior, they reveal that Russia's so-called fortress is crumbling. On the interior, they show that the heart of Russian logistics is vulnerable. The performance of Storm Shadow missiles has proven decisive, showing the limits of Russian defenses. Their safety features make them a weapon that can strike effectively with minimized collateral damage, strengthening Ukraine's moral position. The unique selling point is the symbolism. Crimea, once thought to be untouchable, is now exposed, and this changes the psychology of the entire war. The price being paid is steep, especially for Putin, who faces not only destroyed assets but also a destroyed narrative of strength and control. What this moment tells us is that wars are not only fought with tanks, soldiers, and missiles, but also with perception, morale, and symbolism. As Crimea burns, Putin's state of panic is less about the flames and more about what those flames represent. A future where Russia's grip on occupied territories is slipping, and where Ukraine, with the backing of its allies, is showing that no place is beyond reach. This chapter in the war marks a turning point, and the consequences of these strikes will echo far beyond the borders of Crimea.